night. If you've ever experienced infertility yourself, you know what the next few months looked like. A roller coaster of emotions. But every night, when the pain began to bubble to the surface, I opened that journal to remind myself what I knew for sure. God is for me. God has not forgotten me. He hears my prayers. He is near me at night. These statements held true every night that followed, even during the happy but challenging ones. The sleepless nights with a beautiful newborn baby by my side. The nights when I'd fall into bed absolutely exhausted from the wonderful yet non-stop work of mothering. The nights when I burned the midnight oil to tend to a growing business. Whether you find yourself in a season of darkness and grief, or you're simply thirsty for God's nearness to settle you as the day fades, it's my prayer that this book meets you exactly where you are. There are so many places in the Bible where we read of God's nearness. That, in and of itself, is a comfort to me. Because if He is near, He is protecting us. If He is near, He sees what's going on. If He is near, He is listening to our hearts. What comfort! The Lord is near to all who call on Him, to all who call on Him in truth. Psalm 145, verse 18. The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit. Psalm 34, verse 18. Let your reasonableness be known to everyone. The Lord is at hand. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Philippians 4, verses 5 through 7. That they should seek God and perhaps feel their way toward Him and find Him. Yet He is actually not far from each one of us. Acts 17, verse 27. I invite you to use this book as a foundational piece of your evening routine. Once the kids are tucked in bed, the house is picked up, and the work put away for the day, give yourself the gift of a few minutes of truth and reflection. Use this devotional as your last jog around the track, allowing your mind and heart to focus on God's mercy and grace. At the end of this devotional, I share my ideal evening routine and invite you to think through your own. In addition to this book, you may want to add a Bible, a pretty notebook or journal, and your favorite pen to your bedside table. I pray you find peace and stillness in the promises that God is never far away, that He watches over you while you sleep, and that His goodness is true in the light and in the darkness, however long the darkness lasts. When the rest of the world seems uncertain and ever-changing, God is the rock that cannot be moved and never disappears when the daylight fades to night. Emily. How are you really? Week 1. Day 1. Rest for the weary. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy, and my burden is light. Matthew 11, verses 28 through 30. Where do you turn when you get overwhelmed? When you've had a really busy day, meetings on top of meetings, calls on top of calls. When the school requests a parent-teacher conference. When the to-do lists just won't end. There are lots of places the world tells us we can look for freedom. In the snack basket, in the wine glass, in the Netflix binge. I've tested all those options, and though they offer momentary relief from our day-to-day woes, they do nothing for the long term. Is there another option? A third door?